It Chapter 2 is the sequel to the 2017 film. I was really excited for this movie because I'm a huge fan of the Stephen King book. It's probably one of the first ever books to actually give me goosebumps because that's how scary it is. And also, I enjoy the 2017 film a lot. So I went into this film expecting, something as equally as good as the first film, and I was a little bit disappointed. Let's start with the running time. A lot of people make a big deal out of the movie being almost 3 hours long, but I didn't have an issue with that at all. In fact, I didn't even notice. Got really absorbed in the story and the cast. The cast does a really good job. I think the biggest fault for me was the uneven tone of the film. The movie has Richie grown up as a comedian, so he has got a lot of good, hilarious jokes and one-liners. However, he should have been probably the more sole source of humor. There's a lot of jokes and other things that are thrown into the movie that make it seem almost like it's trying too hard, and it kind of hurts the tone of being an epic finale horror film, part 2 of the film. I felt the movie could have been a little bit more epic in tone as well. Like the trailers make it seem like there's going to be like this huge climactic super finale, but the movie just spends a lot of the time doing these flashbacks. The movie utilizes the younger cast really well in some of the later scares. But I just kind of felt like Pennywise was barely in this movie for the first 2 hours. Like, he's physically in the movie a little bit, killing new victims, and then he's in a lot of the flashbacks because the Losers Club has to find these emotional tokens of their past to remember, because there's a sort of sickness when you leave Derry, you forget, you have amnesia, so they have to try to remember what happened 27 years ago. And Pennywise shows up a little bit here and there, but he doesn't feel like there's much conflict. He doesn't seem like he's trying to stop them from getting together to get the band back together to fight him again. And he does send Henry Bowers after him, which is pretty interesting. I liked Henry Bowers. It's literally scary stuff, but he's only in the movie for about 4 scenes, and it almost feels like he doesn't feel like an integral part of the plot, really. He's like a physical threat, but other than that, he's, a very short, quick moment. And then the other problem I had with the movie was they made a lot of changes from the book. I know that's something that's unique to me because I've read the book, but I was looking forward to seeing, the egg chamber at the end of the movie, and that wasn't in the movie. And they changed a few other things here and there that, were okay. I didn't really mind. But other than that, though, It Chapter 2 is pretty... I enjoyed it for what it was, even though, it didn't blow up my expectations. I kind of feel like the film had a bigger budget this time around. It was a little bit more indulgent, especially that running time. They probably should have tried to shave a little bit off and make it more of a tight, epic horror film rather than a long, drawn-out drama. And I guess, the cast does a really good job. The direction's tight. I like some of the visual effects, the scares, some of the imagery was really good, especially in the finale, Ben and Beverly have this moment that's really touching. But other than that, though, the movie's pretty solid. I like seeing Bill Skarsgård in clown makeup, obviously. And It Chapter 2 isn't the most satisfying sequel for me, but it's still an entertaining movie. So I give It Chapter 2 a 7 out of 10.